In this video, I want to answer the question that comes up with so many senior leaders that are figuring out their AI strategy. And that is, what is the one most impactful thing that I could do to drive AI behaviors and success and outcomes across my organization? To do that, I want to introduce the ICE framework, which you might have come across, you might not. It's very well known in growth hacking circles. And it's a way of prioritizing different ideas that your team might have. Now, ICE stands for I for impact. If we had this idea and it worked, what would the impact be to our organization out of 10? What is our confidence that this idea will work out of 10? And then what is the ease of implementing this idea out of 10? And the combination of those three gives you your ICE score out of 30. And too often, when companies are starting to think about AI adoption, AI strategies, they gravitate to some lofty idea. Imagine if we could use AI to completely rebuild our supply chain. Imagine if we could use AI to automatically calculate the carbon impact of every product that we make. Well, these are lofty goals, and so the impact may be huge. It may be that if we did do those things, it would transform the success of our company. But what confidence do we have in that? Well, we're not an AI native company. We don't really know, and therefore our confidence might be medium at best. But importantly, what's the ease of deploying that? Well, we haven't got the AI skills, we haven't got the technology, we've not got the capabilities, we've not got the experience. And it's going to take a huge amount of investment in time and people and money. So the ease is relatively low. So we might give that a score of 13, for example. Now, imagine if another hypothesis was, let's just give a core AI platform like Claude or ChatGPT to every one of our people. What would the impact be for that? Well, we're going to give AI to every single one of our people that knows their work, they know their process, they know what they're trying to do, and we're going to enable them to come up with the ideas about how they can improve what they're doing. What is our confidence in that? Well, we know that AI is being adopted hugely across consumer markets, across universities, across kids in school. People are using these tools. So it's just about how do we harness that for work. So we've got good confidence on that. And then what's the ease of rolling something like this out? Well, it's pretty simple. Of course, there's a little bit of IT integration to connect it up to your single sign-on. But if people can put a search into Google, they can put a request into ChatGPT or Claude. So we shouldn't have any concerns about the ease of that. Well, 99927. So when we're thinking about what's the most impactful thing that we could do right now that could roll AI out into our teams, it's probably going to be more about giving the tools to our people than it is about this lofty, let's transform our supply chain. So how do we go about doing those things? I mentioned Claude quite a lot. You might not have come across it. If you think of ChatGPT as being one of the leading LLMs, Claude is another of those from a company called Anthropic that was founded by lots of the team that came from OpenAI. I use both of them interchangeably all the way through the day. My point here is that you don't need to pick one. This is not like choosing a CRM system or an HR platform where you have to live with that decision for the rest of your life. People are working in a multi-model world. So whether you choose Claude, whether you choose ChatGPT, if you're a Google user and you're using Gemini, it doesn't matter. Pick one rather than worrying and waiting too long. So let's have a look about what that actually means in the context of an organization. So if you are a Claude user, let me just go back 1 second. Let me go over here. If you are a Claude user, then you can create a team account. This goes from a minimum of 5 people. So you don't even need to start with your entire company. Maybe pick a sales team, a product team, a customer support team. Maybe it's a team in a specific office or region. Maybe it's your finance team. Pick a few people, get them an account. You can see here, £23, a certain number of dollars that's a similar level, and give them that account, plug it in with your IT team into a single sign-on. And I'll come on to what some of those benefits are going to be in a moment. If you are ChatGPT users, then it's a very similar thing. So you'll have a business team account, $25 a month. This starts from a minimum of 2 users billed annually. So we're not talking about a huge investment to give this tool to each of your teams. So why would you do that instead of just giving them an individual account and then asking them to expense it? Well, it's about getting your people to collaborate and work together. And I'll show you that in both of the platforms. So in Claude, you have the concept of a project. And a project is a wrapper for a set of similar tasks or processes or questions that your team might be doing. So in this example, I've got opportunity qualification. As a sales team, we need to qualify opportunities as they come through to figure out if we should invest time on working with them. Now, we've created a project here, which everyone in the sales team could have access to if we were on a Teams account. For this opportunity qualification, we provide it with some explanation. You're going to act as my sales manager, guiding me through the process of qualifying an opportunity, and there's more detail in that. Here we've provided Claude with our opportunity qualification instructions, which may well be in your sales enablement or your training platform already today. And what we ask the system to do here is to actually guide the individual through a qualification process. Begin by asking the seller the following questions, and then it guides through that qualification process. Now here, if I come here and say, hi, please, can you help me qualify an opportunity, then this project is going to follow its instructions and it is going to guide me through. Of course, I'd be happy to qualify the opportunity. Let's start by understanding the basics. Who are you selling to? And so you're giving this tool to everyone in your sales team. You could imagine the same for expenses policies. You could imagine the same for deal desk. You could imagine the same for holiday approvals or any kind of process or policy that your team are following. If you're in the ChatGPT camp, then exactly the same thing. You can see here I've set up a custom GPT, which has exactly the same instructions. So if I go to edit the GPT, you are a very experienced sales manager. And down here, we've got all of the information that I had provided. So if I now go back to the GPT, please, I would say, please, can you help me qualify an opportunity? I just realized I put the button up here as well. Can you help me qualify an opportunity? And it's going to follow exactly the same process. I'd be happy to help you qualify the opportunity. Provide me with some of these details. So these are just some examples of how you can use custom GPTs or projects in Claude to provide your teams with these kind of tools. Now, the benefit of this moving forward is that by giving your team these kinds of tools, they are going to figure out how to use it in the context of their work. You're going to come up with, instead of one lofty, let's transform our supply chain that's going to take years and lots of money and experience, with thousands of mini ideas about how people can improve their daily work. So there we have it. That is my number one advice to anyone that is asking, what is the most impactful thing that I could do today to drive AI adoption and success across my company? Any questions, then just go and ask ChatGPT or Claude about their team's accounts. And if I can be of any help, let me know as well.